KARK4.
Well, showers and thunderstorms have all but ended across the state. Got some areas of light rain over the capital city area. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies north, mostly clear skies to the south. More showers and thunderstorms developing across Missouri. That's where a slow-moving cold front is, and it's going to be slow-moving toward and through Arkansas as we head through the rest of the work week into the weekend. That means rain chances up and temperatures down a bit. Your forecast for us for Little Rock: showers and thunderstorms are going to be scattered during the day on Thursday. We're going to start in the mid-70s and top it out around 90. KARK4 News at 10 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK4 News at 10.
It's probably going to cost me $1,000, and the crooks got maybe $20 worth of cable.
Crooks cashing in on copper in Prairie County. Their main target, the folks who don't need any more grief, farmers and their irrigation systems. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Ashley Ketz. The sheriff's office is now ramping up patrols along the gravel roads in the southern part of the county. KARK's Rebecca Jeffrey spoke to a farmer who says this is just adding to an already difficult growing season. Rebecca?
Yeah, an extremely difficult time for them. Bob and Ashley, from flooding this spring to now copper thefts, this agricultural community is ready for a break, and they hope it results with some criminals behind bars.
Surrounded by gold, all the crooks are seeing is copper.
Those cut it from here to here.
Two of David Stroll's electric water pumps were recently stripped of their copper.
They obviously know a little bit about electricity because they got to make sure the wells are off. You know, if they cut into a live wire, we wouldn't have problems catching them.
Instead, he's playing catch up with his irrigation system during a critical part of the corn season.
It's just like human life. It's got to have water.
He's not alone. About 6 pumps, all within a mile of his farm, were hit, along with several other farms south of Hazen in Prairie County.
If they steal enough copper to make $100, it's going to cost a hardworking farmer $1,000 plus to get it fixed.
So the sheriff's office is adding patrols in less populated areas to cut down on copper theft.
If you are on the gravel and a deputy has real suspicion or probable cause to pull you over to check you out, we're going to check you out, see who you are.
The sheriff even posted on Facebook, "Be prepared to stop."
We're not here to violate anybody's rights. We're here to catch criminals.
Criminals Stroll once caught too.
You know, everybody needs to keep a lookout.
So he and his fellow farmers can go back to harvesting their gold.
It's the difference in between making a crop and not.
The sheriff's office says they do have 2 suspects, possibly a third, who they do believe are involved. It's just a matter of catching them. So if you live in the Delta and have any equipment that could be stripped of its copper, be sure to keep a close eye out and report anything suspicious. Back to you.
The hospital shutting down was not something that I was really made aware of.
The CEO of the North Metro Medical Center in Jacksonville is confirming the entire emergency room staff is being laid off as the hospital says it's shutting its doors. And the hospital says this decision comes after the state granted them a license to operate a behavioral health unit. The hospital CEO says he doesn't know exactly how many jobs are on the line because the process is still not complete yet. It's ongoing. They haven't said if any ER staff will be allowed to transfer within the organization. The hospital says they are opening Freedom Behavioral Health as a part of a restructuring plan. The mayor of Jacksonville says he was never given a firm closing day.
I found out they had closed when you called me, and then all the rest of the phone calls start coming in.
Came into work today and it was shut down.
Mayor Johnson has been talking with new hospitals about taking over the emergency department. Court records show North Metro is being sued for $50,000 by a company in Pennsylvania over unpaid medical equipment bills. You can check out the hospital's restructuring plan. We have it on our website, KARK.com.
It's been almost 3 months since historic flooding levels swept through the natural state, and many families are still dealing with the cleanup process. Pine Bluff was one of the hardest hit areas. One man who lives in the Island Harbor Estates area tells KARK4's Rochelle Turner he's got a long way to go, Rochelle.
Bob, that's exactly right. About 45 inches of flood water inside his home. It was back inside his home in May. In the last several weeks, Ron Nichols has spent countless hours putting in new walls and floors with his son. So far, he's already spent more than $5,000 and still has a lot to do before he can move back in. Now, this was video of his home back in May. He had to use a boat to get around and try to save some of his stuff. And from his home today, he and his son started working on the sheetrock and putting studs in the wall. Nichols says the process hasn't been easy after the flood. Groups like Church of Life and 8 Days of Hope came by and ripped all the flood damage out, down to the bare walls. He says it was helpful, but he and several others are still left with thousands of dollars in repairs. He says he didn't have flood insurance, and he received some help from FEMA, but it just wasn't enough.
They gave us $268 to rebuild the house after it was destroyed. So that didn't go very far. That was really an insult. It just hurts your feelings.
Nichols says he's already tried to apply for a small business loan, but was denied because officials said he didn't have flood insurance. I did reach out to FEMA today, and they told me they could not release personal information. A spokesperson says their job is to provide assistance to homeowners that make sure their homes are safe, secure, and functional. That means they have doors and windows that close and lock. They have one working bathroom, working power, and bedrooms for people who lived in the home prior to the disaster. Back to you.
All right, Rochelle, thanks very much. The Arkansas River Trail is back open for business. The trail on both the North Little Rock and Little Rock side of the river was closed down for weeks. Crews in North Little Rock spent hundreds of man-hours clearing the trail there. The director of parks says that in some areas of the trail there were several feet of sand from the flooding. The city of North Little Rock is not sure of the exact cost of the damage. It's going to be hefty. They're told it's well over $1 million.
You'll see parts of our asphalt trail here that's been undercut. We don't know what that's going to cost to fix that and make sure somebody's safe.
The city will be meeting with FEMA later this week.
An investigation's underway tonight to find who's responsible for cutting down a tree remembering the victims of the Elaine massacre. The living memorial was just dedicated in April, and this is how the willow tree was found this morning in Elaine around 8 o'clock. These pictures shared on Facebook show the tree chopped down at the base and the memorial tag missing. The tree is on land that is maintained by the Parks and Tourism Department. We're told the state does hope to replace the tree soon. Historians argue the 1919 event was the deadliest race riot in American history. Mary Olson with the Elaine Legacy Center believes this is more than just vandalism and says it's being investigated as a possible hate crime. State officials will visit the site Friday.
Little Rock police arrest a child's father who's accused of forcing his son into a hot car as punishment. It happened outside an Applebee's in Chenal Parkway. According to an arrest report, witnesses told officers they saw 41-year-old Britton Miller hit his 10-year-old son, then walk the boy outside and leave him in the car before returning to dinner. At the time, 8 o'clock at night, the heat index was about 98 degrees. Detectives spoke to the boy who said Miller does this on a regular basis. People in the community were shocked to hear that.
That blows my mind, really. You know, I have kids myself, and I probably don't need to say what goes through my mind when it comes to something like that, but yeah, that's wrong. That's not right.
Authorities say the crime didn't meet felony standards, but Maxwell was booked into the Pulaski County Jail on a misdemeanor child endangerment charge.
Following several citations over the last year, a Little Rock daycare is expected to take its case today to plead to be taken off probationary status by DHS. Love and Care in College Station has been under frequent monitoring by the state agency. The daycare directors had testified in front of the board members this morning to try to get that probationary status removed, but officials say the status was upheld unanimously. The daycare was cited several times for things like damaged equipment on the playground, malfunctioning seat belts on transportation vans, and incorrect ratios for students and teachers. Georgia Pacific's announced it will be laying off more people at its Crossett plant. The plant will be shutting down its Sparkle paper towel operations. That will affect about 25 employees in that department. The news comes just 2 months after the company announced more than 500 would be laid off starting next month. Paper towel operations are expected to shut down by the end of this year or the first of next year.
Still ahead this evening, the Red Wolf community showing out with their support for the late Wendy Anderson.
Coming up, we'll show you what students were doing at A-State today to honor her. Plus,
I don't smoke, never have smoked, and never have done any drinking.
reaching 99 years old is quite the feat for anyone, but this man was a Tuskegee Airman and a veteran of World War II and the Korean War. Coming up, how he was honored today by state lawmakers.
And it was another sweaty day across the state today. Here in Little Rock, we started our day today at 72 degrees, up to 96 this afternoon. A bit above the average of 93 for this time of year. No rainfall at Little Rock, but some places along the Missouri state line picking up 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. We've got a lot more rain coming our way in the forecast next.